All right, we are back with another pick'em video. Going to be talking NBA and a little MLB in this one. Now we're only getting like 3 game slates in the NBA. Obviously, it's playoff time. But yeah, not gonna force anything. If I'm only seeing a few good plays in the NBA, maybe I'll throw in some MLB plays for us. But really liking the board right now, which is why this video is coming out a little bit, different time. Saw some late night value, thought I'd jump on it, especially considering, I'm very transparent over here. I've had a few crappy days recently, so trying to get right back on track. We've been around that 50% hit rate, and we strive for a little bit better over here. So if you're new to this channel, definitely go ahead and subscribe. Rip out content like this most days. Took the day off yesterday. I know there was a ton of sports, but baseball on Sundays, just beware. It never goes well for me, at least. And then obviously, playoff basketball is one thing. But again, some of those games starting off early. So excited about the board, especially the first pick we're going to be going over. I would definitely combo it with the free square of Jokic, which is 0.5 on PrizePicks right now. Yeah, super excited about it. We're going to go into the hit rates and matchups and odds and all that different stuff. But yeah, subscribe, leave the video like, comment anything down below. All that good stuff just tells YouTube to push this video out. Also, if you're new around here, we go over our video picks each and every day on the screen. I don't brush over my losses. I don't brush over my wins, obviously. And we hit Jalen Brunson very easily. It was really a no sweat. He had been killing this against the Sixers very consistently. They did shut him down scoring a little bit, which we talked about as well, but got the RA pretty easily. Michael Porter Jr. Literally stopped looking at the stats because I thought this was a shoo-in. I think he had 8 rebounds going into the fourth quarter and couldn't get one more for us. So that was an unfortunate miss there. Grayson Allen, never going to trust him again. Can't believe I went to this guy anyway. I don't like him as a player, but again, we looked at the stats. Everything was checking out and just didn't get there for us. I think he shot like twice in that first quarter. And then D'Lo consistently has been hitting this. I think this was like 15 games in a row or something crazy. And we liked the matchup against Denver because he's played well against them this year. Yeah, those are the video picks from last time. Let's jump right into the board and talk our first play. All right, so jumping right into the board here, I'm going to go to Darius Garland. This is that play that I'm very confident in. You can see it's getting some traction already. Just actually ticked up to another one. I would not be surprised at all if this gets bumped up to 7. It probably will. In which case, go to a different DFS platform or sports bet it at 6.5 because it's probably not going to go up to 7.5. But PrizePicks, Underdog, those guys like to get the 7.0 lines or the 0.0 lines, or whatever it might be. So 6.5 right now, which is great value. This is posted in the Discord. Again, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, really, really liking this play. So jumping over to his Outlier page. This is Outlier. Check it out for a free week if you want to. Use my link in the description. Just let them know that I sent you there. It's a one-stop shop for all different things, hit rates, matchups, and a bunch of different data. And we can see, pretty solid hit rate for the entire year, 55%. Obviously dealt with some injuries, kind of got eased back into things, as you can see, kind of with his minutes as well, especially right here, coming back from injury, gradually getting some more minutes. But a whole lot of green recently. I think that has to do with health of the whole team. Obviously, Mobley's missed time. Donovan Mitchell missed a bunch of time. So we can actually go in here and check these guys into the game. So Jared Allen playing with Donovan Mitchell playing, with Evan Mobley playing, all these main guys. This is actually a 59% hit rate and looking a lot better. So taking a few things into account here. It's a home game, so if you want to check that box as well, this turns into a 73% hit rate. So that's awesome right off the bat. If you want to look at it as like a minutes play, he's going to get boosted minutes. It is the playoff time. Did get 32 minutes against Cleveland last game. So that's kind of my baseline. If he goes out there and gets 30 minutes tonight, he should. It's playoffs. This is a 5.5 point spread. This is still a 70% hit rate. And then you take into account home games, 11 of 11 games this year, he's hit this with all those guys in the lineup and playing 30 minutes. So I'm loving this play. Again, a lot of these games he did get 7. So if it gets bumped up to 7, you can still take it at PrizePicks. But I would recommend, going to Sleeper, going to Chalkboard, one of these other apps that are still going to have it at 6.5 and take advantage of that. So really, really good. Loving this. And the last thing, cherry on top of this, just taking everything that we just put in there. This is just any game he's played. He's played the Magic extremely well. So they don't give up a whole bunch of assists. One of the best teams, actually the best team at not allowing assists. But this head-to-head matchup with Garland has a very good historical data for him. 4 of these games were this year. He had 9 back in December, only 5 back in did I say December? Yeah, December here as well. But 10 in February. And then we saw him get 8 in the first game against the Magic a few days ago. So really, really liking this one. Everything checking out. But it's not just hit rates, it's not just matchups. So we want to look at the market value. Where are these billion-dollar companies putting their lines? And we can do that on a tool like DG Fantasy, a fantasy optimizer. Odds Jam also has a fantasy optimizer. You can get a free week of Odds Jam if you want to check that out, or 25% off your first month of DG Fantasy. If you're doing this, daily, it's an absolute great investment. It's going to get you your money back, month by month, just because it can point out stuff like this. So we're seeing Garland's line. Why is it a little different color? 53.78% chance to hit. Why is that? All these other books have his line at 6.5, very heavily favored to go over. So if you were to take this on FanDuel or DraftKings, they're going to pay you out less if you take the over than the under because they think the over is more likely to happen. So great odds, great market value. Yeah, Garland looking really good across all fronts. I'm in an arena state, so I don't get access to those free squares, but there is a Jokic free square for tonight's game, and I would not mind comboing that with this guy today. So really liking him. It's gonna be our first play of the day. And then actually sticking in the same game here, I'm gonna go to Mo Wagner again. We went to him in the Discord last game. The only thing that scares me here is he's gonna get 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes is kind of the max there for him. But he's been able to hit this line very consistently, 7.5 points. If you watch that game, if you watched any Magic games this year, when he gets the ball, he's a black hole. He's not passing that thing. It is going right up. And even with the minutes low, he's hit this very consistently, specifically against this team as well. Also, one thing to note here, he did play well in that first game. Again, only 13 or 14 minutes, but in a game they lost by like 14 points or so, he was actually a plus in the plus minus box score, which not a lot of guys were in that game. He was like a +1, where the starters and everyone were like -10, -12. So maybe they play him a little bit more. That's kind of what I'm banking off of. But again, he can do this in 10, 15 minutes. And he has done that very consistently. So let's go to his page real quick. I do have his outlier page pulled up right here. Mo Wagner, 7.5 points on the over. He's kind of that energy guy. There's the Patrick Beverleys of the world. There's like the Morris twins, Marcus Morris specifically. Some guys that play better in the playoffs. They're like instigators. He'll go out there and get a technical. I think he might have gotten a technical in that first game. And they need guys like that. They need guys, instigators, enforcers, and he kind of is that guy for the Magic. So 2023 as a whole, 72% hit rate. So obviously looking really, really good. And you can see the minutes. He averages 17.6 minutes. Some of these games only getting 6 minutes or here. And he's scored in every single game. So he puts shots up in a hurry. You can see the field goals made and attempted around 7 a game. And the real thing here is, yes, the hit rate's incredible in the entire year, but the head-to-head matchup is looking amazing. Played each other 5 times this year. 5 times because of the last game in the playoffs. And he's hitting every single one of these games. Had a 22-point game against them back in February, and then had 10 in the first game just a few days ago in the playoffs here. So all these different things, pointing in the right direction for Mo Wagner. Again, how many minutes did he have the first playoff game? Right here. Yeah, only 13 minutes. But again, he was a plus in the box score. Hopefully comes out and the coach sees that and plays him a little bit extra minutes. But yeah, really liking Mo Wagner all together here. It's another guy that is looking really good in hit rates, matchup looking really good, the head-to-head. But we want to look at market value. Are we attacking a good line? Are these billion-dollar companies thinking we're attacking a good line? And it's another one checking out in that department as well. 7.5 for Mo Wagner, 53.27% chance to hit is what they're getting on DG Fantasy. Again, why is that? Pinnacle, FanDuel, DraftKings, all these different sports books, they're paying you less money, -130 value if you take the over. Whereas if you took the under, they're giving you like +100 value. And yeah, really attacking some good lines here. So those are the 2 NBA plays for us. Again, everything checking out for these guys. Sorry, my energy's low. It is like 3 a.m. right now. But he's out there. He's playing with his brother. Not a lot of guys have done that, especially in the playoffs. He's going to have some fun. He's going to have his brother's back. And Mo Wagner, 7.5 points, is going to be our second play of the day. All right, so moving into some MLB now. I wanted to give you guys some more NBA plays for the other games specifically, but just wasn't loving the board. I'm not going to force anything. That doesn't mean, later in the day when they add fantasy scores and dunk lines and, lines are being adjusted. We're definitely going to be talking about that in the community, in the Discord community. But for right now, these are the only NBA plays I got for us. But really, really liking the 2 MLB plays we're going to talk about. So starting off with Fernando Tatis Jr. here. 2.5 total bases. You do not see that on PrizePicks very often as a normal line. A 50-50 line is what they're always aiming for on PrizePicks. But I'm taking the under here. They are going up against the Rockies. That's really the only reason that this is this high. But specifically, the pitcher for the Rockies today has a pretty good track record against Tatis, who also doesn't hit lefties very well. Yes, he's going up against the Rockies to give up a ton of hits, a ton of runs, all these different things. But I do like this specific matchup. And they're essentially saying that, he's either going to get a home run or he's going to miss this line and go under for us. So I have his outlier page pulled up for you. 71% hit rate on the entire year. He's gone under this. 71% is 17 of 24 games to start the year. And I went back and checked all these games that he's gone over that are more than 4. These are home run games. So home run, home run, home run, home run, home run. Checked them all. So he's only had 2 games where he's gone over and didn't hit a home run. So if you think he's going to have a home run today, don't go to this line. But I'll take my chances on the under here, which has been an incredible hit rate. Now talking about the data behind the matchup and everything, we can see that on outlier as well. Going up against Gomber, and he's hitting 125 against him in 8 at-bats, which is horrible. Some of these guys do hit him pretty well. And I looked a little bit deeper. And you can do that on like this, just any fan or hitter matchup. Just look that up on Google, and this website will pop up. But he's actually faced each other 9 times. So I think outlier goes to 2018. Maybe this is before that or something. Maybe they have playoffs or something. I don't know. But really 9 at bats. He's had 1 hit, so 111 average, and he's struck him out 4 times, which is good to see. So he's got his number, the Gomber here. And Tatis does not hit lefties well in general, because we can look at that here. Lefties in 2024. Tatis averaging 154 batting average as opposed to his normal 273. So again, moving around here kind of quick, but here's his normal splits: 100 plate appearances, 273 average. Against left-handed pitchers, he's had 19 plate appearances and only batting 154. So I love to see it. I love the matchup. It's the Rockies, but I'm liking Tatis on the under here. And again, not just hit rates, not just all these other things. We want to see the odds, where the sports books and the market value looking. And we see Tatis on the under. 52.75% chance is what DG Fantasy has given us. 5 data points, all minus 130 pretty much across the board. They're saying, hey, if you take the under, we're going to pay you out less than if you take the over, because we think it's more likely to happen. So Tatis is going to be our first MLB play. Really, really liking this. If he hits a home run and screws us, hats off to him. But I'm going to take my chances on it. And before we jump into our last pick of the video, I do want to shout out that Discord community that I've kind of alluded to a few times here. If you're interested in sports betting, DFS, whatever it might be, or really if you're just at this point in this video, I think you'll have a whole lot of fun in the community. We've grown. I started a few months ago. There is a general aspect of it where it's free to get in, but really where all the action is in the RichClub. And again, you get access to all of my slips. Anything I play personally, you're going to get access to it. For instance, for the video picks, I do give out the video picks an hour or 2 before, just because I have to make the video, edit it, and then get it out to you guys. So you get access to those quickly, but we're always talking sports, talking props. I don't just post 4 picks a day. I go in there and I'm always looking for value. So this is actually hilarious, because this is the newest message right now. But I've tacked value where it is. I'm not just going for the NBA. I'm not just going for the NFL, whatever it might be. This is a CS2 play. This game's starting in 40 minutes, so you're not going to see it. But if I see value, we're going with it, and kind of just a chuckle here. So we're always talking sports, talking props. Again, doesn't matter what sport it is. Doesn't matter what time it is. People are having fun in here. So again, access to all my slips, access to a cool community of people, like-minded people, and you can get in here for $20 a month, which is not that big in the grand scheme of things. It just allows me to spend as much time as I do making props and making content. But you do have access to get in here for free if you want to, using any of my codes or my links. PrizePicks, Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Dabble, or DG Fantasy all apply for a free month of the Discord. So if you use my code, just DM me, say, hey, use your code, and I'll get you right in for a month. If you use 6 codes, I'll get you in for 6 months. And the reason I can do that is because I get a little kickback when you use my code. So I just kind of give it back to you guys, via a free month. They all have their different perks. Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, they're all given discounts whenever random days. So if Underdog has a free square, you don't have to play it every single day, but you might want to use Underdog that day and take advantage of the free square. They have 100% deposit matches, all these different things. It's really a win-win-win scenario. So again, if you're at this point in the video, highly recommend checking us out, giving us a try, and I think you'd have a lot of fun with it. So back into the picks, though, going to be talking about our last play, and that's going to be Christian Vasquez here. 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Looks like a few people are catching on to this one. 513, popular play, whatever. Going on the under here for Christian Vasquez. The odds on this is insane. It should not be on PrizePicks, but again, that's kind of the deep diving I do, and finding value like this. So going on the under here. Doesn't play every game. Looks like he's played 12 games this year for the Twins. But yeah, 83% hit rate, obviously looking really, really good here. He is going up against a young Jonathan Cannon. I think he's making his second major league start. But I looked into Cannon. There's no head-to-head matchup, so you can't see specifically against him just because it's his second game. But he played against the Royals, pitched against the Royals 5 days ago, and he only let up 3 hits against them in 5 innings. So that's promising for me. Vasquez's hit rate's incredible just in general. But hopefully this young dude comes out and pitches well. To right-handed pitchers specifically, Vasquez's batting average also goes down. So again, only 27 at-bats against righties this year, but he's batting 111, which is abysmal. In 2024 as a whole, he's had 36 at-bats and is batting 139. So he has not been seeing the ball very well. The hit rate on this is incredible. And again, going up against a younger pitcher who pitched pretty well in his first start. So this will be his second go at it. Hopefully continues to do that. But again, not just that. Got to go into the odds, see what they're doing. Not showing up here on DG Fantasy just because not a lot of books have him out here. But this is kind of a good spot to show you Odds Jam. This is a very powerful tool. I'd say it is the most powerful tool in sports betting in general. It's not just DFS either. Pretty much gives you access to every single line across every single sport. It is kind of a heavier price tag, but if you're really into this, sportsbook screen on Odds Jam, you can check it out for a free week. I highly recommend it if you'd like to do deep dives in this, or if you're just in general wanting to see the market value of any line you can think of pretty much. Sportsbook screen, again, free week if you want to check it out. Use my link in the description of this video. Just lets them know that I sent you there. But we get to see all these different books, some weird ones that not a lot of people have heard of, but they do have these lines out. Minus 138.6 is the value here. The big name that has this out right now is DraftKings, and they're giving it minus 150 value, giving you plus 110 if you take the over here. So not only does the hit rate look great, not only hitting horribly, specifically against righties, but the odds are really liking this. Again, the main data point here is DraftKings, but you do get access to like Parlay Plays, got this at minus 172. Flips got this at minus 165. Crazy market value that we're getting for this. So that's going to do it. Those are our 4 plays for the video. Really liking these. Again, it's early, so some of these lines might move, but that's kind of the incentive to get into the Discord. You get access to these right when I play them, on top of a bunch of other plays that I play, and just access to the community, access to me. I'm always in there, bouncing ideas off each other. So real quickly, let's go over a recap. Christian Vasquez, we obviously just talked about him, under 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Tatis at 2.5 total bases. This is essentially, if he gets a home run, he screws us. But I'll take my chances on that. Mo Wagner, 7.5 points. Doesn't play a whole lot of minutes, but played well in that first game. Hit rate's incredible, over 70%. He shoots the ball every time he touches it, pretty much. And he's played really well against Cleveland. Darius Garland at 6.5. Assists is the last one. Could go to 7.0. If it does, I recommend using a different DFS platform, or maybe jumping on a sports book. If you don't have them, look at my links in the description. You'll get 100% deposit matches for a lot of those, and you'll get access to a free month of the Discord. And 4 plays, get in the Discord, check us out. You'll have a whole lot of fun. And as you can kind of hear in my voice, I'm like extremely tired right now, but super excited by these picks. So leave the video a like. If this video gets 150 likes, I'll be giving away a free month of the Discord as well, to a random commenter. So you got to comment to enter. That's just my incentive to get you guys to engage with this. Tells YouTube to send it out a little bit more. And then if you like this content, definitely go ahead and subscribe. We just reached 10,000 subscribers. I got to figure out a giveaway. I'm definitely going to do a giveaway to people that have subscribed, and we'll figure that out in a few days. So excited. Really appreciate everyone watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow or in the Discord. Peace out.